Hello, good evening, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. How are we doing this afternoon? Um, I have a very interesting topic that I want to discuss with you, my loyal viewers and subscribers this evening. I think everyone must have seen it by now, but it was reported a few days ago that what's her name, Abby Steiner, up and coming U.S. track sensation. She received a contract, her first pro contract, came in the form of Puma, and it amounted to $2 million. Now, this caused massive uproar, especially some folks saying it's her privacy because she sent out a statement requesting privacy and all of that. But some folks were concerned about the figures in comparison to what others who have been in the game for way longer than her and who have done far more for track and field as well were receiving. But again, we will delve into that along with a whole lot more throughout the next hour, 45 minutes or so. I don't intend on this being very long. Just a few topics that I want to shed some light on because I think we've been doing some shorter videos of late, and I don't think doing the short videos will cover all the bases, at least not how I want it to be done. Blessings, Everything TV, folks. If you haven't done so as yet, go and subscribe to Everything Chuck. All right, but again, before I even go any further, let me say a big thank you to my sponsors, Quicklink Shipping, RA Sports Store, and CSA Shop. They've been with us since day one as we continue to grow. 10,000 subscribers is the next destination. We're at 6,000 something, almost 7,000. I'm pretty sure we will get to that destination by the end of the summer. But stay tuned, folks, and continue looking out for the content. Turn the notification on, as I always say. Ensure that you never miss a beat when it comes down to Halftime TV. All right, the sponsor is Quicklink Shipping. You can reach them at 876-454-1979, and that's anything you need shipped into Jamaica. They have you covered. So reach out to Quicklink Shipping. You can message them on Instagram, or you can just call the telephone number that's running beneath this screen. Just you all had a good day. Fran Neptune, blessings to you as well. I hope and trust every one of my viewers and all of my subscribers and all of my prospective viewers and subscribers. I hope everybody had a fantastic day. Definitely, I'm always wishing you guys all the best in whatever career path that your daily life entails. I wish you guys all the best. So again, so the topic of discussion is primarily because I did a video, and if you're on here, you probably saw the video. So I did the video. I think the video is entitled Payday, and then I did a follow-up video, My Money, My Business, and again, overwhelming comments. I think for one of them, it's close to 200 comments. For the other one, it's again probably 150 something comments as well. Didn't get the opportunity to go through every single comment, but what I realized is a lot of the comments that justified Abby Steiner's contract or the money that it is reported that she will receive. There was kind of like a back and forth in the comment section of those comments. So folks took the time out to respond to those comments, basically saying the money that she got isn't warranted, and some even went as far as to say it's actually because of the complexion of her skin or what she looks like. Now, I don't like venturing down that slope because you tend to open a hole. She's only getting that amount because she's white and the views she's bringing in. So that's everything. That's what everything has to say on the matter. And again, that's what I'm talking about, folks. So we have a lot of white folks watch her videos because they want to see a white girl win. And we let me even pin this everything. Because let's pin that one. It's a long time. All right, so I'm curious to hear what you, the folks who are currently tuning in. And remember, folks, smash the like button as soon as you join us. As I said, we just want to cover all the bases on this one. Yeah, we want to cover all the bases on this one. Yeah, for real, because I did the video. I didn't even expect the video to blow up that much. I think the video has been up maybe one day, and it's just under 30,000 views, maybe 25,000, somewhere there. I was surprised. I did a video on Abby Steiner, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago. Let me check. I did a video on Abby Steiner. That video is titled Upsetters, because I personally was watching her. I appreciate her talent, and I had her, especially, and this was before Christine Mboma got injured, and I had her as well as Christine Mboma as possible upsetters in the World Championship. So what I did, I kicked off something that I called the upsetters, not knowing that Mboma would have gotten injured naturally. And I did a video on Abby Steiner. My plan was to do a follow-up video, Upsetters number 2, and that one would, 2 weeks ago. And that video got 448 views, right? 448 views. And then after, whoa, I think there is no truth to it. It's mostly because she is from USA and her personality. But the video got 400 and something views, right? So when I did the video 2 days ago, I was expecting similar results, because most folks are interested in hearing about Shelly Fraser-Pryce and Elaine Thompson-Herah and Shericka Jackson. That has been the topic of discussion for the past few weeks. But when this news broke out, I found that a lot of folks were on the defensive. A lot of folks were saying it's her business, we should leave it alone, and all of that. Instead of saying it's not true, they found more. I think they found it. How do I put this? They found a greater need to attack me rather than the message, right? So that they weren't interested in the message or anything; they were attacking me. So, I went through and I took a step back and I assessed the situation thoroughly, as I usually do, because I find that folks who come on YouTube or whatever their platform is, and they reason with emotions, they tend to sound like objects 9 out of 10 times. So I try not to do that. Most times I take a step back. I assess the situation as thoroughly as possible. Attacking you, I was one of those people. No, not everything. No, I'm not talking about, like, I saw the comments that were attacking me. Yours is fine. But as I was saying, folks, it was almost as if they felt as if it wasn't supposed to be said. They didn't go over to Twitter, they didn't go over to the news pages or anything like that, you know. They came and they, halftime TV. But we are here today, and the topic is race versus marketability versus talent, right? And I started it with race because I have grown to realize, shooting the messenger as usual, this happens all the time. Fran Neptune. yes, shooting the messenger. And I merely only relay the message and then open the floor for folks to share their opinions on it. I didn't have an opinion on it because, again, I saw her run a few times. Haven't seen her enough to form a full opinion on her deserving it, yes or no. None of my business. That's between her and her agent. But I am throwing the question out there to you now, folks, because we see Shericka Jackson. I would say she is currently probably the most marketable Jamaican sprinter for a number of reasons. 27 years of age, thereabout. Probably Elaine Thompson here as well, but Elaine Thompson maybe one one more Olympics, 2 more Olympics at best. But I think Shericka Jackson is possibly, she is under that Puma umbrella. So let's talk about her. Abby got talent, but she's not any more marketable than Shelly and Elaine or Shakari outside of the US. But in the US, she's more marketable. But the US has 380 million people. So again, that's where the argument comes. Isn't a US based company, Heisenberg? What's it talking about? Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, so Heisenberg, Puma is a German company, isn't it? Yeah, I think Nike is US, but Puma I think is German. Sharapova has always been marketable than Serena Williams in their career. When I think the sun is, give me a sec. I think the sun is going down. People, don't worry. All right, let me pull it back a little. So yeah, I think it's a little bit better now. Yeah, but back to the topic at hand. So her getting the contract is not only about her talent. And for the folks who have been in the comment section for the past few days and talking about her talent and the prospect that she is, it's not only about her talent. All right. So her talent is one aspect of it. Her marketability is another aspect. And that generally sometimes it even supersedes the race card. Kind of sun bright. no everything. It's summer. The sun, it's 12 minutes past 8 now. The sun won't go down for another hour. So probably I'm gonna need to pull down my blinds soon. But as I said, the contracts that these athletes receive, not only about your talent, it's also about your marketability. And we take a slight step or slight glance over at football, and we can sift through and find the true superstars. And the mere fact that you're a superstar doesn't necessarily mean that you're the most talented individual in the room. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're yes, Heisenberg. Right? It doesn't necessarily mean you're the most gifted either. Sometimes, and I mean this with no disrespect to the fans of their particular players, but sometimes marketability supersedes the talent. And maybe that's the case in this scenario with Abby Steiner. She's extremely talented. She's a good prospect as well. She's 22 years of age, so one can assume that her best years are ahead of her. And although it doesn't necessarily transition into, for example, 2170, 2177, 2180, that doesn't necessarily mean in 2 or 3 years' time she's going to be running 2150, right? And we've seen it on a number of instances, and even Coach Stephen Francis spoke about it in his interview with, even Coach Stephen Francis spoke about it in his interview with Trishana McGowan, where he said there are a number of athletes who are running 10 something for the male athletes, maybe 10 20, 10 30 in high school, and yet when they get to the senior level, they still can't break the 10 barrier. So it's not a case where, okay, they're running this time during the young age, so automatically you're saying, okay, in 2-3 years time they're going to be going sub 10 or they're going to be going sub 11. No. All right, whites are still the minority while blacks are still the minority. Right, so again, it's one of those instances where when you're a sporting apparel company, as Puma is, as Nike is, as Adidas is, they have to look past the talent, right? Because they won't be at the games week in, week out to watch you play. They're not there to enjoy your games or to enjoy your exploits on the field. They're so you'll have more. yeah, they're not there to enjoy your exploits on the field. They're more interested in the pull off the field, right? And everything TV alluded to that in a number of his comments. But they're more interested in your exploits off the field, and that's why I think the race card has come out, and it has been regurgitated by a number of individuals who have been paying keen attention to this one, because track and field, and especially the 100 and the 200 meters, if Abby is black, she would not be as marketable. She's marketable because she's white with a pretty face, and who determines what a pretty face is? Again, that's all subjective, and it brings us to, the issue of marketability and the owners of these conglomerates. All right, because as I mentioned in my previous pointer, marketability supersedes talent when it comes down to sporting and apparel companies, because they're more interested in the reach that you have outside of the sport of track and field, right? We can't discount the race card, though, even in everyday life. That's just a reality, which of us haven't seen at the same time. Okay, I think the race card is still in because white. Okay, Madison, new determines marketability. All right, so we and I'm not discrediting the race card. I'm getting to it now. I'm getting to it because we spoke about talent and marketability, but and this is a big but again. Personally, I think the race card, especially in this particular scenario, it plays a key role in the marketability of Abby Steiner, especially because of the field that she's in. And I said, yeah, we can put some pun in that as well. The field that she's in. All right, so she in sprinting 200 meters, 100 meters, we don't have a lot of. It's usually dominated by colored people. We saw Daphne Shippers a few years ago, a Dutch female who she posed good competition, but she wasn't from this side, and we know how folks in the US are, especially when it comes down to their athletes. So she wasn't from the United States. Marketability is not subjective. The, what we consider marketable might not be, and again, it's based on where you are. So there are a number of factors in that regard, Trick. There are a number of factors in that regard, because someone who may be marketable in for example, Jamaica may not be marketable in the United States, and someone who's marketable in the United States may not be marketable in Jamaica. The thing about that is they have to cater to. Daphne look like a flying Dutchman, though. All right, so based on the audience that you are catering to, you act accordingly, and that goes in anything that you're doing, because if you're running a business, you want to ensure that the goods that you're selling, it is catering to the needs of your customers, or your prospective customers, the folks that you want to attract to your business, right? So if you want to attract Rastafarians to your business, you're not going to be selling chicken every day. They just want to face your track and field. They lost it a long time now, and they are trying hard to get it back. Trick, I want you to call in, Trick, because I want to hear your point of view on this, and I can't let me copy into the clipboard. So I'm going to post the link now. All right, so there's the link. Trick, call in so you can share your views as well. But yeah, we look at a number of factors, and I think what we may consider, okay, maybe you don't know the meaning of subjective. No, I think he does. I think he does. That's why I'm giving him the opportunity to call in and share his view. I want him to share his view. All right. So I want him to share his view. I want him to get the opportunity to discuss what his opinions are. But back to the topic at hand. The race card, it will continue to pop up, and we've spoken about athletes being marketable. We may say, okay, but Paul Pogba is not as talented as a Kevin De Bruyne, yet Paul Pogba is a bigger superstar or is a bigger household name than Kevin De Bruyne. And again, how is that so? How is that so? We again, and we see it time and time again. I can count, I can dish out 1,000,001 examples just off the top of my head. But in this particular instance, I genuinely think, and I don't know what her contract is. I won't speak about the details of her contract because, again, she came out, she gave a statement, which I'm not really for the statement either. As a matter of fact, give me a second, folks. Let me get the blinds down because the sun is a little bit glaring. Yeah, I think this is way better. Way better. But yes, I won't speak about the details of her contract, whatever the contract is. What will be interesting is the gears and the apparel that she walks out in next week, because we will be paying attention. And I know if she steps out in Puma gears, it will be a whole new discussion again surrounding the numbers. And a lot of the athletes, well, most of the athletes, their contracts are confidential. They don't make the numbers public. And some people are saying they want it to be public because then other athletes know that they're being shortchanged, and that you should have put Abby and Sha'Carri name in the title. It would have brought in more views, but we hate clickbaits. I don't really. The thing is, I'm not really interested in views at this point. I just want to. I want to discuss it. I want to discuss because it's a genuine concern, and I realize that it's a genuine concern of the folks in my comment section. It's a genuine concern from my viewers and my subscribers. So I want to share my opinion on that. So if this video gets 100 views, fine. If it gets 50 views, I'm fine with it as well. I just want to share my views on it for the purpose of edifying my viewers and my subscribers, right? So Bolt's contract was a lifetime contract, and even though Bolt is still wearing Puma, even though years after retirement, Bolt is still wearing Puma, so it's a lifetime contract in that scenario. But as I said, I think, and this is my opinion, and I've shared the link to the stream right there. So if you want to join in on the discussion, you can. Or if you want to come in, but both, well, no, both is a trillionaire, but all of that didn't come from Puma, though, innit? All of that didn't come from Puma. Andre DeGrasse contract was also public. Yeah, Andre DeGrasse was reported he was earning 11.5 million, I think. Yeah, but maybe Puma leaks what they pay, maybe. Maybe journey with Killian. But back to the topic of discussion, folks. I think, and again, you can say Sha'Carri Richardson, and I think someone in the comment section said Sha'Carri, but I don't think we can compare Sha'Carri Richardson with Abby Steiner in this present moment and the contract that she received. It's reported Sha'Carri was making 40 to 50 grand from Nike. I don't know if that's a month or a year. I don't know, right? They just said that, right? So that's what they said about Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri's deal with Nike, that's their business. But I think Abby Steiner, she's winning, which Sha'Carri isn't doing. She's winning. She's currently going to the World Championship major event, major meet, major international meet, as a matter of fact, for the United States, which Sha'Carri still hasn't done. Right? So probably the timing a little bit different, but as I said, I don't want to compare both of them. No, I don't want to compare both of them. I think her age, Sha'Carri, full ear like balloon. She's currently deflated at the moment. Maybe Puma League. But I don't know. There are a number of top US athletes who we could compare her with. There are also a number of young Jamaican athletes as well. I think very few of the Jamaican prospects have received individual contracts. And again, Stephen Francis spoke about this. Sha'Carri didn't get a contract till the weed and Nike broke NCAA record. Sha'Carri probably owe a sponsor. As long as Jamaica win both 100, I am good. They will make good money too from winning the title. Journey with Killeen. Good money is one thing, you know. Good money is one thing. But we're talking about the possibilities here, right? And what possibilities would be available to them had it not been for certain factors that are beyond their control. And one such factor is the race, right? And we spoke about that. So you don't have control over it, but what? Because no, Abby Steiner will probably be the face of the World Championship, considering the World Championship will be held in the United States. She just got a huge contract. She's the next big thing in US track and field. Still haven't broken 10 seconds over. I think what 10.4 something over 100 meters, 11.4 something. Sorry. Oh. But yeah, not that great a 100 meter sprinter, but she's very good over 200 meters, which is good, right? Which is extremely good. Oh, nice. See, 10.9. So everything says she went 10.9. So that's extremely good. But look at the rest of the pack. Look at the rest of the pack. Who she'll be up against? Who she'll be up against? Like Jamaican teenagers are running 10.9, 10.96. All right. I just don't watch it on NBC, and you won't even see or hear about Steiner. Happy for her. Race could have played a part, and or she has good agent. True. But it's either she has the best agent of all the athletes coming out of the NCAA, or again, fingers are going to be pointed in the same direction. So I don't want to jump the gun on this, because I hate speaking on things that I'm not versed enough on. I know race is especially in North America, it plays a significant role in how much money you're paid, the positions you get, most things. And I'll be fully honest with you, because I've experienced it. So I know, right? But I think we're jumping the gun on this one, because we don't have anything to compare it with. All right. And if we're comparing it with someone, who would that person be? What other athlete is in the same situation or the same what? Let's people still talking about Sha'Carri, even bad press is good press and no press is bad. All right. So until we have something to compare it with, I think it's unfair for us to constantly be jumping to the race card. All right. It's not a case where Sha'Carri, don't worry, we know all you have to pretend race had nothing to do with it. Keep your YouTube channel. All right. So Don't worry. We know you all have pretend race and nothing. No, 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 no. It's not. It's not pretend. It's not pretend. Um, Contract in 1996 to play pro golf, which dominated by white golfers. Now Puma gave Abbey 2 million to compete. Sport that is dominated by black sprinters. Henry George. It's an interesting take. All right. So thanks for that input, Henry. Thanks for that input. But as I said, folks, until we have proper comparisons, say for instance, we have a Shelley and Fraser Price and an Elaine Thompson here, both of them running in the same camp. One's black, one's white, running similar times as well, winning their races, and then and then one gets the contract of 2 million and one gets a contract for 1 million. Then, right? Then we could probably say maybe, right? But no, we can probably say Shericka Jackson, maybe Shericka Jackson, because initially Shericka Jackson was signed under the, I think, 7 or 6 athletes in the MVP camp that Puma had signed in 2017. They said they would be responsible for her up until at least 2020 Olympics. That Olympics took place last year, which was 2021. So she's still under Puma. We don't have the details of her contract. Maybe it's in the similar period. I don't know. But when Shericka Jackson signed with Puma, she had already gotten a medal at a major tournament. So again, it's difficult to compare. And even now, should Puma renew Shericka's contract and, say for instance, give her $2 million, folks will still be irate because they're going to say, but Shericka Jackson is an Olympic gold medalist. She's won this, she's won that. And how is it that you're giving her the same that Abby Steiner is getting, and Abby Steiner hasn't won anything as yet? But again, she's 22 years old. Probably we could use Brianna Williams. Right? Probably Brianna Williams could be used. Probably. But still, it's a little bit tricky. Probably, I think Brianna Williams is maybe the best bet when it comes down to comparisons. And even hers is, I don't know. I can remember the black girl name. She's Nigerian. She's in the college in the US. She was running into your records. She didn't get the same opportunity as Abby. And then folks will continue to use my first manager I worked for was Jamaican, and he treated everybody equally regardless of race or color. Mangala Raj, thank you. Brenna brought her first house at 18. She'd been making money. Yeah, she remember, Brianna was a teenage sensation, you know. And again, that's why I said we probably can't use Brianna either. So some we Ben's Brianna making money. We will constantly be hearing, because sometimes it's definitely this guy's we have an entire history of racism. If we're saying we have nothing to compare it all. There's American pros faster than Steiner who couldn't afford to go to the trials. Nice. Yeah. But again, folks, and I don't want you to misquote me. I think we're jumping the gun with too little a sample size, especially in this particular instance. But that's my opinion. And remember, you can share your opinion without being disrespectful. All right? Yeah, you can share your opinion. We can't really speak on racism though, because we don't have. Faber hasn't broken any collegiate records. Neither is she pro as yet. I'm going through the comment section. I'm having some technical issues connecting live. Anyhow, when a company like Nike invests millions in an athlete, marketability is not about what you think. It's about what they make you think. For them, they've been cars. There's always be an issue. It's embedded in the Wait, journey with Kellene, I didn't say no, you know. I didn't say no. I didn't say race isn't an issue, and that's what folks are. That's what folks are not understanding. I didn't say race is not an issue. I'm saying we are too quick to use that as the only justification, right? Will you be streaming the World Championship? Yes, I will be streaming live. I'll be doing live watch-alongs. All right, Tiana. I think we are too quick, and then as soon as we begin the discussion, I know I agree. As soon as we begin the discussion around the race, folks, but she's white. That's why she received the contract. Okay, but what else? She's breaking collegiate records. She's winning at the trials. She's getting through to the world championship for her country. It's as clear as day. It's not being too quick. But what's the sample size BI strong? Call in BI strong. I want you to call in because I want to hear. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. And again, I've experienced it, so I know, folks. I know. I live in Canada, and most of you guys on here, you know that, right? And I've experienced instances where I've witnessed others, like I've been working in institutions where others have come after me and they've gotten promotions and all of that. But that wasn't the first thing that I used to basically come to a conclusion. So I stepped back. I gave it a few months, a few years, watch what was happening, and then say, okay, that is what's happening here. But I think me using that as justification the first time, that telling this story. No joke. Everything. I'm very serious, and I could cry. Who knows? I could. But what I'm saying is, American athletes will have always spotlighted, merited, unmerited. That spotlight is amplified even more when an athlete enjoys success in discipline dominated by Africans. All right. Thank you for that, Paul Marriott. Thank you for that, Paul Marriott. That 120 Faber hasn't broken any. So Nike. No. So again, in instances like these, when I see folks just jump in the gun and saying, okay, it's because she's white, that's the reason why she received the contract. The color of your skin, especially in the United States, it plays a key role in your marketability. All right. Now you tie that in with talent, and again, tie those three together. You have a little bit of talent, and then the color of your skin amplifies your marketability, and then your agent can sell a package, right? Your agent can sell a package. She's doing her thing still. Yeah, she's doing her thing. She's doing her thing. But yeah, my bad. It's not the NCAA, the other championship. You think Melanie Walker could be Sydney in the 400? Could beat her? Well, I think I saw a video where Melanie Walker is an entertainer now. I need to watch that video. I think coaches did it earlier today or maybe yesterday. I need to check it out. She's probably an entertainer. Not sure. We'll check it out though. But I mean, you're saying it plays a key role. There is no real argument there. Everything when that's clear, has a world record. So Sydney is faster. Yeah, I saw it too. All right. So again, we go through and we look at instances like these, and I'm not saying folks shouldn't use the race card, because if you're of that opinion, if you think that's the opinion, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We can't get away from it. But being on the outside and looking in and just making assumptions, I think it's unjust. Not saying this is the case, because again, we're not privy to a lot of the details, and because even now a lot of the athletes, their contracts are confidential, so it even makes it more difficult in this current scenario for us to form proper conclusions on what's happening, right? If it were a case where all the athletes, their contracts are public knowledge, and we're out here, we're going through, and we're saying, okay, but she never ran 51. All right. Abby is really good athlete, and her agent, I'm sure, demanding a big contract. Barrymore. Blessings for that input, Barrymore. All right. So again, we go through all the arguments, and I am paying attention to the comments. So for those who think, oh, he's not seeing what I'm seeing the comments. I don't get the chance to respond to everything. I don't get the chance to respond to everything, but I am seeing the comments. And good evening, Margaret. Well, welcome to Halftime TV. And folks, if you're new to Halftime, remember, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel as soon as you get here. All right. Maybe today it changes. You never know. Yeah. But I want to hear what you, my viewers and my subscribers, have to say. I'm going to share the link. I'm going to share the link again because I want other opinions on this topic. When it comes down to race, it's a very ticklish topic, and because I've experienced it firsthand, so I know what it's like. All right. So when folks use it loosely, I tend to get irritated sometimes, especially because you're just using it as, okay, because you're black or because you're white. Because I'm black, that's why you're treating me like this. And we've seen it in workplaces, black people not doing enough work, and then they're saying, okay, it's because you're black, why they're being treated. No, you're not doing enough work. So again, so folks love hiding under the cover, the watershed of race, and also on the flip side, they like to use that. On the flip side, they also love to use that as their go-to argument, and I think it's sometimes it's lazy reasoning, right? Was based on performance and not hype, as per Everton. Thanks to that, Everton Jackson. All right, so yeah, so you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, and that's why I decided that I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this particular show, and I said it at the top of the show. I don't care how much views this gets, because this is not about the views. This is about actually shedding light on a serious situation. And I think folks who actually get paid. Wait, you're saying black people use the reason, but are you saying bosses at work are not racist? Yes, they very much are BI strong. They very much are. They very much are BI strong, but that's not always the case, right? So BI strong, I think you should call in. There's a link, because I think this is a discussion that we need to have. All right. What I find is, and I live in a white dominated country. Like, if there's 38 million people here, probably 20 million or 25 of them. 25 of them are white people, right? But I think folks use the race card to justify their shortcomings, and at the same time, they want to say, okay, I'm being ill-treated because I am black. I'm being ill-treated because I'm black, while at the same time you're not putting in the work, right? You're not working, yet when you get fired, they say you get fired because you're black, right? You're not putting in the work. So why are you covering yourself under the race card shelter? You're using it always as, okay, you're racist, that's why you're firing me. No, you're not. We're not firing you because you're racist. We're firing you because you're not doing your work, right? And again, it's I'm listening. Again, I think it's lazy reasoning when folks just jump out and say, okay, you're getting this or you're getting that because you're white. There are instances, mind you, where, and especially where I'm at, where folks, they receive higher compensation because of the color of their skin, and even individuals, they don't get the opportunity to even do interviews because of the color of their skin. Fine, right? But you say, for instance, you do the first interview, and the first interview you do and you don't get a call back, you say, okay, you know, it's because I'm black, that's why they didn't call me back for the interview. That's premature, no? Wouldn't you guys say? Wouldn't you guys say that's premature in comparison to actually doing maybe 10 interviews or 15 interviews with folks of different racial background, and then acknowledging that, okay, these persons are actually getting calls while I am not even getting a call, I'm not even being considered, right? That's when you can say, okay, probably this is what's happening, or probably this is what's happening, all right? But to devalue no, it's easy way, especially out for Americans. Americans is fun. I agree, Killeen. I agree with you, Killeen. Shakari sign a contract right after she the record straight. You let them even. It is though. It is though. Or how would you put it? What would you call it? And race was actually all of this is created by the white man. So when we're saying the race card is created by the white man, the word race as well was created by the white man. So, but we're not here to explain all of that. We're not here to explain all of that. We're just saying maybe we should do a little bit more research before we actually use that to bash the contract, the reported contract, or to say, okay, that's the reason why she got it, right? Give it a little time, establish a sample size, and then do proper comparisons. And then that way you'll have actual reason points, apart from when you're questioned about it, you say, okay, but it's because this, it's because she's white, right? And this is not me defending Abby Stein or the contractor, the non-contractor, whatever it is. The reports came out, the contract was $2 million, and straight off the bat, folks, okay, this is what's happening. Who knows? Who to tell? Probably Shelley and Fraser Price and Sherika Jackson and Elaine Thompson here are earning 3-4 times that, right? Be strong. That's what I'm saying. So we don't know, right? Because the contracts aren't public, so we don't have that information to actually do a full comparison, right? My book said, all right. So again, but I'm curious. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Again, just sharing my opinion, my experiences as well. Race versus talent versus marketability. I could even throw it out there and ask you which one is more important in getting these big contracts. Is it your race? Is it your talent? Or is it your marketability? And sometimes two of them go hand in hand. Maybe race and marketability, maybe race and talent, maybe talent and marketability. Again, but I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say on that. So you can chime in, let us know what your views are in that regard. Which one would you think is more important, especially in a sport like track and field? Let me know. We want to hear it, and we'll continue doing the 1 minute 30-second videos. I don't think it's a matter of race. America is looking for a female sprint champion. It's been since 1996. America won a female 100-meter title. Every time you watch track meet, you will have at least one American winner who lives a car. I don't know. Somehow she got $2 million out of college. But why can people question that? What if there is an element of race that led to the decision? Which is right. Question is, how does her contract compare to others? That's what we're asking. I'm glad for that input, Shot 007. Reasons all of the above. So Shot 007, thanks for that input. I appreciate that. But I want them to question everything. All right, I want them to question everything. If you're arriving at a conclusion, you can't just approach it from one angle. Right? You need to assess all the variables. Is all the above. They are fighting for the face of track and field, journey with Killeen. All right. As I said, we are going to leave it at 1 hour, but I genuinely wanted to have this discussion because the video blew up, but also the comment section blew up, and folks, I'm not even questioning the amount of the contracts. We are talking about the Olympians who have no contracts. But if you're an Olympian who doesn't have a contract, then in the US race is a factor in all spheres of society. But we have to remember too that it is the media capital of the world, and as such, anything that is newsworthy sells. Just look at one Sha'Carri Richards. Thank you for that. Yeah. So and again, Sha'Carri is marketable. She has a little bit of talent. She's marketable. Right, and I said this to someone. I think I even said it on one of my shows a few weeks ago that had Sha'Carri been at the World Championship, it would have drawn a whole lot more media attention. And this is me saying it even now, all right? Because she's a character. She, like, sports brands, they want to probably with contract for there. I think it's because she's American, not just her. In Jamaica now is a Puma. Now y'all mad at America. Sha'Carri got a number of endorsement last year, even though she did not qualify for the Olympics. Yeah, so again, because she's marketable. She's marketable. She's outspoken. She's outspoken. She attracts a whole lot of attention. And in the video that I did today, in response to what Michael Johnson said, I spoke about it as well. Until one of the Jamaican females, whether it's Shelly, whether it's Elaine, whether it's what's her name, Sharika, until one of them break the 100-meter world record, the top two, Shelly and Elaine, they will continue to be underappreciated, as per Michael Johnson's statement, because they need a superstar. They need a superstar, and no, Shelly is a bigger superstar than Elaine. Elaine is a double Olympic champion, but still, because Shelly and who Shelly is, her persona, everything. The Jamaicans are always bigging up Puma. Now y'all mad at America and Abby, but not Puma. Rocky Hill, respect for this. Weed disqualification sells. Sha'Carri missed 2019 World Championship, 2021, no, 2020 World. That's sad. It is. You're a stereotype for Black Americans that the media likes to push. Who is mad at America? At least know the conversation before making things up. Okay, who is it talking about? Anyway, but yeah, we want to hear the viewpoints of all the viewers and the subscribers on here, because I think this is a discussion that will continue. And why should we be mad at Puma when Bolt made billions from Puma? Yeah, so Usain Bolt got a big contract from Puma, lifetime contract from Puma in his teens, and if Shelly or Elaine were American, they would be making tons more. True, corporations are large Americans, so it makes sense they focus on their athletes. Can't be mad at that. Thank you for that shot. And I said this before. You need someone you can identify with the masses, right? So probably race, probably nationality, right? So you have a big, for example, if you're bringing someone to Bolt made more than 100 million, so rich he could buy half a Puma is not even American, my youth. Yeah. All right. So we have so many instances where the institutions, the conglomerates, whether it's of the media, whether the business entities who sponsor these events, they want a representative out there that can identify with the majority of their audience, right? Sometimes the race card comes in, or sometimes race plays a key factor. Sometimes nationality plays a key factor. In this instance, probably both of them play a key factor. Puma probably trying to expand, trying to be competitive in the US market. So what better way to do it than to get the up and coming face? Majority of the US audiences, what better way to do it than to get someone on the inside? Shelly has longevity in the US audiences. What? She has longevity in the US 14 years. America is their biggest market. Yeah, so again, all these variables may very well contribute to it. But let's not use this as our sole reasoning point. That's all I'm saying, right? That's all I'm saying. Let's not use this as our sole reasoning point. Okay, she got it because she's white. No. Come with something more than that, right? Because come with something more than that, because the true folks who are getting jobs and getting opportunities, the real folks who are getting paid. Good night, first time here. Nicola Green. Welcome, Nicola. We appreciate you. America isn't track biggest market. Most of the diamond leagues, etc., are held outside the US. All right, so let's establish proper basis before we conclude with the obvious choice. All right, sometimes it's the obvious choice, but let's assess the other variables before we get to that conclusion, rather than heck, this is the first time. Yes, we'll be keeping words. All right, so that's my opinion. That's the opinion of Halftime TV. We leave the floor open now to the viewers and the subscribers. You can share your views in the comment section as per usual. Remember, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to Halftime. If you don't know me, I'm Narando Brown, I'm the host of Halftime TV, and we will continue. So yes, big up yourself, be strong. Big up, your presence is always appreciated. Everything, welcome. We appreciate you as well. Rocky Hill, big up, welcome. Sean Affleck, we welcome you as well. To everyone who's been with us for the last 58 minutes. We appreciate your presence, and it was a good enough reasoning. All the comments that came in the comment section, very insightful. And I always said, if you like what I did there, as I said, be strong. I like to say this, and if everyone in the world had the same opinion, the world would be such a boring place. And that's why I always leave the floor open to the subscribers and the viewers, so they can share their views, and then we can discuss views, so we can agree to disagree, and we can be respectful while doing it. So I appreciate the folks who are on here today, because we had varying views, but at the same time it was kept respectful, and that's the most important thing that I want here at Halftime TV. I want it to be a platform where we can reason about things. I get to understand that you're a big, yes, Nicole, I'm a big Chelsea fan. Don't worry, I have a Raheem Sterling video coming up, so look out for that one. Raheem Sterling video coming up. But as I was saying, we can reason, we can disagree, and we can still be respectful while doing so. So that's why I appreciate all my viewers and my subscribers, the folks who I go on until 10, man. So you still have enough, son. Heisenberg, I'm saving my stream time for next week. I'm saving my stream time for next week. I came in from work today. I have the live stream world record. I came in here first. Who's going to break my record next live? All right. Yeah, turn the notification on, folks. Turn the notification on. We enjoy discussions like these, and again, we can have proper reasoning. Can have proper reasoning on topics, social topics, things that pick your brain, and not the basic reason that most folks tend to jump to. So ask some serious questions, dig for some serious answers. Discuss your agent, and I have a bridge to sell him. All right, so again, remember, like, share, subscribe, folks. I hope and trust each and every one of you enjoy what's left of your night. And go check out my previous video as well. You're saying both is garbage. At least that's what they say. All right. So again, that's a good thing. A bad thing probably is a good thing. But yeah, peace out, folks. Have a good evening. We'll talk later on this week. All right. Bye bye.